Hey guys, what's up? Again, I'm gonna talk about Natasha, a girl who humiliated the Buddha, and this is another talk, a conversation having right now. Everybody give their own, you know, view about this, and I wanted to talk about this. But before I talk about this, I want to explain how to think and analyze uh, stuff logically. Like you should, like anyone should learn how to do this. Like if you get into a conclusion before knowing about it, or if you get into a conclusion about something, you see the world not in a correct way. Like I will explain like how that works. Think like look at this picture right now. So when you see this picture, like so this is Zac Efron and Dwayne Johnson, and obviously Dwayne Johnson is like taller and more muscular than Zac Efron, but the who do you think women would be attracted mostly? I would think it's Zac Efron, right? Because he's more I think handsome and more cute, or attractive. So if someone's get into a conclusion that if a taller man is like more handsome, more attractive, it's not correct. Why? It doesn't happen every time. You know what I'm saying? If a muscular person is more handsome, it's not always right. Let me get another example. Yeah, this picture. So Priyanka Chopra and is it Pamela Anderson? Yeah, Pamela Anderson. So Priyanka Chopra is from India. She's like a brownish girl, and the Pamela Anderson is like from Western country. So she's more like whitish skin color, and so if people come into a conclusion that the white skin girls are like more pretty, it's not always correct. You should because if you are saying something like that, it should always be right. You know what I'm saying? It should always be the correct. Should always be correct, but it's not always right. You can take so many examples. Like take a Victoria's Secret model and a normal girl who is more bulky, who is more having more body shapes, like and if someone say a girl who has like huge breasts is more beautiful, it's not always right, because the Victoria's Secret models most of the time they don't have that kind of features, but they are the most attractive. So you can't make such conclusions. You should understand what I'm trying to say. You can't just make assumptions. It doesn't work like that. It's not correct. So that's what I wanted to tell. So that's how we think logically. Like a foolish, stupid person could go into such conclusions, but they are not. They are stupid. So what what this Natasha girl does is that, exactly that. She's so stupid. I'll prove that. Like, so for example, so those are like physical features, but I could go on and explain so many things people wrongly assume. Like think being richer, if someone thinks having money is the ultimate happy life, it's not right. There are so many rich people who suffer in life. Like take Ronaldo. He's the most richest athlete in the world, but he suffered so much during the recent years. Like he lost his one child, and he had to leave his legacy behind to play for a Saudi club, and he is criticized nowadays. He's Ronaldo. He's so rich, but doesn't work like that. Like, so if someone say being rich is the is always good, it's not good. I mean, it doesn't mean you shouldn't be rich. You know what I'm saying? It's the argument is wrong. That's what I'm trying to say. The argument is wrong. Should always compare the least and the highest. Like, you should always go to this lens and you should see if it's right, if it's wrong. Then you make the assumption. If it doesn't work on either case, you can't just assume that this is wrong. So these are like logical thinking concepts. And if like think of Shakira, Piqué, they are famous singer, famous footballer. They got divorced. So many problems. So it's not always fame. It's not always such and such and such factors. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter if you are rich. Even a poor people get divorced, even rich people get divorced. It doesn't have to do anything with being rich. That's what I'm trying to say. That's why people make wrong assumptions. So this lead to our topic, which is Natasha. She made a comedy presentation. She made jokes about Buddha, and she said several stuff that is like that, like the fact that I was trying to say. Like, so what this girl was missing was this logical, argumentative thinking knowledge, like thinking capacity, I would say. So she specifically said in her comedy talk, she said Buddhist girls' schools made Buddhist girls virgins, or made more Buddhist girls virgins. That's what she said. Buddhist schools. So she assumed every Buddhist girl who goes to a Buddhist school are virgins. How can someone say that? Something like that. You should, if you are saying something like that, you should have some record, have a fact, have facts. You can't just say, oh, this virgin. It doesn't make sense. It's just stupidity. And even like, not always you don't need facts, but think like this. Like, think the way I told. Like, so it's like, so if I'm saying, like, there are virgins even in the United States, or like even in Western countries, or even like so other countries. They don't have Buddhism or like, so it didn't depend on this fact, you know. Like, if she's saying Buddhist schools made them virgins, how on earth those girls who are in Western countries are virgins? They are not influenced by Buddhist schools, right? So, and I'm pretty sure most of the girls, not most, like girls in Sri Lanka, they even they go to a Buddhist school, they might have sex at the age of like 20, 21 or any. It didn't matter. It didn't matter if you are going to a Buddhist school or not. Like it's so stupid if you are someone say an extra force someone to be a virgin or have sex, that is or have sex, extra force. That's utter bullshit. Like it's the personal preference. Like even you can't force someone's sex life. You should first understand that fact. You can't force that. You can't just restrain someone's life. That's a personal, like you don't watch 24 hours how the girls perform, or it doesn't happen. Like if someone needs sex, they would eventually get it, regardless you go to a Buddhist school or not, and also having sex is not a fact that you can control. Like sure you can pay for sex, but it's not sex. If paying for sex is not sex, it's not even worth talking about. If you need sex in a natural way, you should meet a partner. You must like it. Eventually it will happen. Also, it is a beautiful thing. Like no one should question that fact. If you are a virgin, if you have sex, it's not a topic for a comedy plot. And especially if you are bringing this Buddhist school topic, like Buddhist schools to this, and also the thing is, like, also it's a like what I saw in these recent talks, like they bring this sex topics thinking it's more like humiliating, or it creates more humor or something. Like no one should question each other's virginity. It can happen anytime, anywhere. It's a beautiful thing. Why even bring this topic up? It's like they are trying to say, like, if you don't have sex, you are like a fool. If you have sex, you are like a powerful man, woman. Is it the thing that she want to say or something? Like the thing is that's like, so they didn't have like let me tell you a story regarding this. Like, so I watched a movie in Amazon Prime like 2-3 years ago, I guess, and there's this blonde chick who you can rate like 10 out of 10. She's extremely hot, and she has a beautiful partner who's a pilot. So they both are like extremely good looking, and the partner is rich. He drives super cars. He's a rich guy. He's a pilot, and that girl thought he was attractive, like he cares. But eventually their relationship ends. Why? I think the pilot was cheating on her, and even she is hot. That guy gets so many attraction because he's a pilot and he's good looking too. So he eventually cheat on her, and she breaks up with him, and she meets this average guy who's in that movie it says like 6 out of 10, like they rate each other 6 out of 10. And that guy, he's attracted to her, no question about it. And she goes on a date with him, that average guy, and they 2 or 3 dates. And after like one day they watched a movie, and they are going back. Like when they finish watching the movie, they come to the car, and that guy's car, that average guy's car, is an old car, and it doesn't even start at that time. So he tries to start it, and he's so sad, and he's so angry at the car. Why is this happening? And that girl, she's this hot chick, he's hot, extremely hot, and she look at him and say, "Hey, look at me." And the guy looks at her, and she kisses him for the first time, I think. I can't remember the movie. It's a long time ago. So she kissed him, and he asks, "Why do you kiss me? My car is broken. I'm not that good looking. I always doubted you gonna leave me. I'm not going to get someone like you." He asks so many questions, and she says, even though the car is broken, even though you are not good looking, I would rate you, even though you are a 6 out of 10, I would rate you 10 out of 10 because you care about me. That's what she tells him. You care about me. When the car doesn't start, you have that urge to start it up. You have the caring. I know that even if you don't have the car, you will care for me. You will hold. I think that was a raining day, so eventually they walk, I think, under an umbrella, and he holds closely, and the motive behind this story, this movie, is that facts, the factors people think that are right are not right. The real factors that matter is the love, the caring part. That's how the movie highlights such characteristics. So that's the motive of that movie. So eventually the girl marries that guy. So that's what I'm trying to say. If you so you should always, that's what I'm saying. So thinking about that story again, how many times they had sex? I think 0, right? And how many cars do that guy own? A broken ass car. And is he a handsome guy? No. And all the factors are missing. just is she a virgin or not, it didn't even matter. The fact that mattered is the love between them, the caring between them. So beautiful, and you should all watch that movie. The part that girl is with the guy in that old car makes the viewer so, it's so beautiful. So it's a beautiful scene in movies. Like it's so beautiful than riding a Lamborghini. You know what I'm saying? Like that moment, so beautiful. So let me give you another example. Like so the favorite quote of mine is like, little things, such things make your life happy. Little things, not like big things, like little things like that. Like, so another how much like you had sex, or how good looking partner I have, or what car I drive. It's not that factors that matter in life. Such beautiful things make our life beautiful. Like think another example. Think of a girl waiting at home for his partner who is an army soldier or something, who works overseas or somewhere else, coming home, like waiting. Imagine like waiting for a year. So all the factors are not there. No sex, no intimacy, no nothing. But there is love. Like it's so, like she might wait for him for a year. How beautiful is that? Like they might in old times they wrote letters to each other, and that letters might take months to arrive, and they both had the trust, the belief, the love to each other, and it's so beautiful. It's not the sex count that mattered. I mean, eventually they have sex, but they should have sex, but it shouldn't be a defining factor. That's what I'm trying to say. It doesn't matter if you're a virgin, or if you are being a virgin, or which year you have sex. It doesn't even matter in life. The fact that matter is the true caring for someone, true love. That's what life is all about. That's how beautiful life is. Like the that is more beautiful than having sex each and every day. That's how beautiful is that. Like imagine like waiting for a partner in the army. The girl is so much patiently waiting, and at the end of the year the partner returns, and they go on the holiday. They hug for a first time after a year. How beautiful is that? How beautiful is that? It's not like that's life is all about. That's why that girl, or anyone who thinks in this mindset, they don't know the life as much they think they do. They don't know. They just think life is all about sex. It's not sex. It's not sex. It's more beautiful than that. So that's why I'm telling again, she's so stupid. She's so this girl is nothing more than dumb, stupid. If they had a little brain, she couldn't have said something like that. Also, she brings the topic Buddha in her this talk, where she told about this, and she brings Buddha into it, and that's why like so in Buddhism we have like in Buddha story we have, like Buddha walked, then he suddenly walked. Like when he is born, he just stood up and walked. So it's humanly impossible. So it's just making jokes out of it. So we should remember that Jesus also had been born to a Virgin Mary. So people, I rarely hear people make fun of that, and even like imagine like so the argument people argue, ordinary children don't walk like that. So that's the argument. That's what he told to the audience. And so my argument is, ordinary people don't be Buddha. Like an ordinary child wouldn't be Buddha. So he's not ordinary. So that fact just destroys the argument. Like ordinary people don't walk like that, but he's not ordinary. Like non-ordinary magical things happen in this universe. For example, nobody chooses to be a boy or a girl. So that we are born like this. Like our face is not something we created. I didn't drew this face. Just came. I didn't choose to be a man. Just did. So who did that? In Buddhism, they say it's their own karma. So it's not a choice. Obviously, it's not a choice. So think about our body, our facial features. They are like magic. Like I didn't create this, just came. So even to the today's technology, you can't create a human. You might create AI or whatnot, but a living human you can't do that. So it's natural. So if such things happen naturally, why can't infant walk naturally? Can happen, because he eventually becomes Buddha. We all know that he had so many features. That anyone could understand or like identify himself as him as a special one, like one of a mankind, something like. So you can't say everything happens ordinary. It doesn't. So if karma can do these things, a Buddha's karma is much more than a regular person's. So no, my argument is he can walk, he can talk, he would become Buddha, because karma is much more powerful than the reality of life, than science. You can't make a human by science or any other future. It's natural. So that's what I was trying to say. So think my final point is just enjoy life. Think about life. Doesn't be happy. Enjoy little things. Don't be like the person who always criticizes and see things negatively. So life is more beautiful than we think.